I almost want to whisper as not to wake the sleeping kitties. Hi, everybody. Thanks for tuning in an hour earlier. Sometimes we like to adjust our times to accommodate for our personal lives. I tried to blame it on the cat, but Chris outed me. Dr. Ashley has invited some of us to go meet her cows, and she's actually feeding us too, and I want to be there. And they set it for 5:30. So thank you for popping on early. And if you're watching this in the future, thank you for watching this on repeat. I'm excited to meet Dr. Ashley's cows. We just had an adoption. Frenchie is now an owned cat with her own family. Isn't that amazing? Uncle Bruce is talking right now, if you can hear him. He welcomed another furball into heaven about an hour ago. So we have happy news and then we have sad news. And that would be Mason is in heaven now. And so what happened with Mason? Mason was in distress, having a hard time breathing in the sanctuary. So this is not heat related. And Dr. Ashley said, bring him to me. So Sherry brought him. Oh, good. I'm glad you guys are bringing ads. Sorry about this. I probably should have waited. Anyhow, Sherry brought, we were able to catch Mason. It wasn't that difficult to catch a feral cat when they can't breathe, sadly. So she did an exam on him, and his lungs were full of fluid. And so she euthanized him. When cats have fluid in their lungs or in their abdomen, it's never a good sign, especially when it's a feral cat. So so Mason was a long hair, black and white cat. And he is now an angel. So, you know, there can be there could be several reasons why there's fluid in the lungs. FIP is one of them. Cancer is another one. There could be a few reasons for fluid in the lungs. So, yep, cardiac issues also. And it really doesn't really matter anyways, because any feral cat that develops fluid inside of their lungs has to go to heaven. So, yeah, I could tell he was really scared. It broke my heart. It just broke my heart. I'm glad Hannah was in tuned to catch it. I said, Hannah, how did you notice? I think God had her find him, because, you know, when cats are in distress like that, they hide. And he was inside the sanctuary, underneath the veranda, like not on the lowest level. He was like under the lowest level, which is why it's super important. When you see us walking around just looking, that's what we're looking for. So thank you, Jan. Thank you for donating. So it's very stressful. And of course it happened on a Sunday. I'm just so thankful that we didn't, you know, 2 months ago we would have been driving up to Blue Pearl or to Apple Valley Emergency. We would have spent $500 on an exam and then a euthanasia. So Uncle Bruce is talking. He's got it. Uncle Bruce said, I got him in my arms right now, petting him, and he's happy. And he can breathe, and he's got a healthy body. So the cats are enjoying this warm weather. And again, thank you for rearranging your schedule to accommodate our schedule. I'm really excited to go meet Dr. Ashley's treasured cows. So they are, oh, I was going to show you. Hold on. Is Juno still here? I did get a picture of Juno. Oh, Juno went back to her spot. Okay, here's a true story, guys. Who besides Frenchie got adopted? If we had more adoptions, then I'm not aware of them. I've been too busy, I guess. So there's Juno, and she goes up here, and then when she gets super hot, she comes down and joins her friends on the pavers. So that is Juno up there, and I have a picture of her. Oh yeah, Garfield and Tiana, I knew about that. But they don't go home till tomorrow. That was my joke. We have a private group for our team here. And Hannah said, Tiana and Garfield are adopted. And then I responded, so when Trixie and Yoshi are inexplicably absent, we'll know why. So who will really go home tomorrow? Will they pick the right orange cat, and will they pick the right dilute calico? Isn't that funny? So that was kind of my joke. Look at Alan. Alan's going to come join the pancake party. Hi, Lisa. Bye. Thanks for coming. There goes Michelle and Jesus. Remember, she had Preston. That's Preston's mommy. Did Frenchie get adopted today? She did, and she just went home. So in a recap, Frenchie was adopted and went home. Tiana and Garfield were adopted, and they go home tomorrow. And Mason went to heaven today. Hi, Tazkia. It was so nice seeing you too. Well, Hannah isn't here on Mondays. Her days are Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday to volunteer. And then she pops on a weekend, one of the afternoons for a weekend. She is a diehard, you guys. We all love Hannah. All right, let's go around the world here. I heard somebody is interested in Pikachu. Did I really say Pikachu? Picasso. Hi, Ann Caval. So the person is going to bring her husband tomorrow to meet Picasso. Isn't that awesome? She fell in love with Picasso. All right. So maybe Picasso will go home today. So it's really warm out, and so I don't see any cats down this alley. So we are going to skip. And we're going to make a diagonal move. And you'll have to check out our awesome tanks that we have, unisex, I'm wearing today. They're so comfy. We have all kinds of awesome colors too. Unisex tanks, and they're for men and women. Isn't that funny? Okay. Why? Oh, actually, here, there's some cats over here. Yeah, thank you for the condolences for Mason. It sucks when they're in distress and there's not a veterinarian here. You know what? Dr. Karen came after the fact, and she actually had a good suggestion that maybe in time, maybe, just maybe, we could find a veterinarian that would want to work on the weekends here or be on call and be here? Wouldn't that be awesome if we had a veterinarian that could be here on the weekends? When she said that, I was like, God, I never thought of that. I never gave that a thought. And maybe one day we'll get there where we have a veterinarian here 7 days a week. That way Dr. Ashley, I mean, I feel like Dr. Ashley's been pulling 7-day-a-week work weeks. So you will notice that we actually have 3 what was that? How do they fit in the sleeve holes? That must have been for somebody else. So we have 3 water fountains out here. 1. Do you guys see it back in there underneath the house there? I'll zoom in. There's 2. Mason was probably only like 4, so he wasn't old. There's number 3. Yeah, an on-call vet or a weekend vet. I'd rather just have one here, but who knows. Fatty was inside. So, well, I was just counting the 3 water fountains that we have in this corner. We've added water fountains out in this playground. So like we added, I'll show you, swivel around here. We've added that one, and we got the pump running on the water fountain back there, if you can see it. Can you guys see it? So we actually got that one running. And then we added a water fountain right back there. I don't know, you guys, I can't see it, so you probably can't see it. And then we added a water fountain to the right of the pergola. But I was just saying, we've got 3 just in this corner because there's a lot of cats here. So Frenchie looked a lot like Jacinda to some people. So tomorrow, I guess it's only supposed to be like 73. Isn't that crazy? You go from like 100 degrees to 70. Thank you, Mark, for the donation for Mason. Thank you very much. That's very nice of you. Yeah, the cats will be snuggled together because they'll be cold. Well, I was just going to look and see if Celeste was up in her spot. I don't see Celeste Poo in her spot either. So I see somebody talking about the armholes for the unisex tanks. Maybe if they're talking about the unisex. I'm wearing them and you can't see my bra. They're perfect for my shoulders. They're not too large. The women's tanks that we have this year, the larger that you order, the larger the armholes are. So they are a little low. I think that's why I really like the unisex tanks. And I love all the colors. They've got my teal. I don't know what they call it, but it looks teal. And then, of course, they've got the yellow. I'm wearing it right now, so if you log into YouTube, which the YouTube Live can hear me right now, which I just remembered. I always forget about that. Hi, YouTube Live. I forgot that y'all can hear. If you log into YouTube or Twitch, you'll see me wearing the tank. And if you think I'm walking bent, that's just your camera or your phone or your TV monitor, because I can really stand up straight. One day I'm going to stand up straight, I promise. So, and just for size comparison, I'm wearing a large. So, I think Janice said in the ladies, we wear, oh, I know what's sticking. I put on a, if you're watching me pick my back, I put a lidocaine patch on and it keeps sticking to my shirt. I forgot about that. All right. I wonder if I could grab it without you guys seeing. Okay, I grabbed it. Okay, now I don't have to pick my back anymore. Hey there, Delilah. Isn't she pretty? Oh, I feel kind of like torn. It was like a happy, sad way to end the day. Happy new home. Look at there's old man Jenkins. New home for Frenchie, and then a new home for Mason in heaven. What did I miss? Mommy. As long as that. Thank you, Robert. Much love to Ashley's cows. Oh my gosh. Janice, you should screenshot that and send it to Dr. Ashley. Thank goodness there's a breeze though, let me tell you. Hi, Reagan. Hi, Reagan. Okay, look at, isn't this cute, you guys? Look at this. Is this not super, super cute? Yeah, those patches are fun in the heat because my back sweated and it made it fall. Hold on. So then it was sticking to my my t-shirt.
You want me to take your dog home?
Oh, that'd be great.
Let's go, Belly.
Aw, Chris is gonna take her dog to my house. Isn't that so cute, you guys? That's got to be two cats snuggling together. And the scene from The Wizard of Oz, that's really good. That is hilarious. Oh, look at. There's Connie and Bruce's house. There's another water fountain. And if you're wondering why water's not coming out, that one, when a cat gets in front of it, it runs. So that's motion activated. I wonder if these guys, I feel like they slept all day. I wonder if they're going to be rowdy tonight. Yeah, motion activated water fountain. And that was one thing that I found on Amazon because I wanted to be able to, and it's rechargeable. I wanted to be able to put it in areas that we didn't have an outlet. And I didn't realize that it was motion activated till after we got it. So that was just a plus that we didn't plan on. I'll have to look and see what the temp is. It was like 90, I think it was 90, like 93, 94. Yeah, Sunday nights with Todd can get kerfuffly. You know what's funny is Todd might not want me to share this, but he makes the best chocolate chip cookies. Like, we crave his chocolate chip cookies. So when he comes on Sunday, he always has to fill us up and we put them in the freezer. And he claims the only difference is he uses just real butter. His cookies are, woo-wee, that breeze feels good. Hold on. 6 number that just called, and it said Apple Inc. I don't think anybody has ever called this phone before. Isn't that weird? Oh, it feels, yeah, it feels really good. Uh-oh. Speaking of the devil, don't let him know I was talking about his cookies. Is Molly still over here? Molly, is she still around here? She was just around here. I'll see if I can find Miss Molly. Molly was just getting lots of lovin'. Yeah, let's see. Apple Inc. has a cat for you to pick up. Ah, that's funny. All right. Internet says hi, Todd. He says hi. I told him about your specialty cookies. Oops. Secret's out. They want to know if you ever wear shorts. No. He said no. All right, I'll show you what the temp is. Isn't this a cool sight, though? All of your cats. It's almost like the fainting goat syndrome. When the temperature gets too high, they just like immediately pancake down on the ground. Well, you'll have to ask for his recipe on the 8 o'clock live tonight. Yeah, I absolutely love what do I absolutely love? Let me look. I was looking at oh, Dawn said she is sweating seeing Todd in jeans. I absolutely love shorts. I hate wearing pants. Oh, look at this. Isn't this cute, you guys? They're all in a row. 64 and raining there, Jewel. I wonder if that's the weather we're getting. Look at, they're all lined up. Isn't that cute? I'll show you what the temp is in a minute. Hey, is that Molly over there? So I gotta step over these pancakes. See if I can step over these pancakes. Oh, thank you for the donation, Sally. I'm so excited to go to Dr. Ashley's house. I feel like she's such a celebrity. This is our Miss Molly. Molly. Oh, hey. Hi, baby girl. Hi, Molly. There's Molly. Let's see if I can zoom in on the cats over here. It actually feels good. I'm sitting down and the breeze is just wonderful. Okay, there's Finley. Finley. Yeah, we can do a live on her cows. That's a good idea. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do a quickie live on our cows tonight. But we'll do it on YouTube because we get paid for ads. Juno is up in her perch, but she goes back and forth. Oh my goodness, the breeze is really awesome. Yeah, Molly feels decent, which is why she's not euthanized, just so you know. When she doesn't feel decent, when we can tell that she's starting to go downhill, we're going to euthanize her. So if you see Molly, that means she's feeling well or feeling as good as she can feel. Yeah, we'll call it a cow live. So it looks like it's 94. Wait, 90, I'm sorry, probably 93. 192, 93. Ooh-wee, this feels good. I'll show you Juno. And I know the wind is probably affecting the sound. Uncle Bruce is talking to us. Okay, so there she is panting. So that means she's gonna come down because I got a picture of her. She keeps going. So she's up there for a while and then she comes down and lays on the pavers and then she goes back up. And then she comes back down. So panting is how cats regulate their body temperature. She loves to be up high. And I saw her with all her friends here. How can we tell when a cat is starting to shut down? You can actually see it, Cameron. Their face turns like triangular. And you know what a cat looks like when they're dehydrated? You can tell when a cat is starting to shut down by looking at them. And really it's because they're not drinking enough. They're not getting enough fluids, so they get dehydrated. And then their coat gets greasy. I feel like they just have that look. Oh, thank you for the churu for Molly. That's awesome. She has been getting a lot of churu, and so I know that Bruce and Connie are here from Canada. They would love to give her more churu. Yeah, their eyes look slanted. Their fur it looks unkept. They are not in their usual spot, or they're in an odd spot. They're hiding. Hiding is a huge red flag. So that was a really good question. Yeah, Nat the cat said, when my cats were ready to go, you can definitely tell, 100%, which is why we always are looking for signs for Molly. Look, something made a noise and it scared the cats. So tomorrow is going to be a way different view because it's going to be a lot cooler. So you know what? I'm looking at Nissa right here. If you are struggling to remember what Mason looked like, think of a long-haired Nissa. So how are fleas kept under control at Furball Farm Cat Sanctuary? Excellent question. So we treat the property, number one. But number two, all cats are treated for fleas, ticks, ear mites, intestinal parasites on intake, whether we see them or not. All of them get, it's called Next Guard combo. So knock, knock, knock. We have never, ever, ever had a flea problem. Oh yeah, you're right. There's Dottie right here. Yeah, Mariah, that's so true. You can tell when it's time, but people must be also willing to see. Sometimes you're so involved with your cat that you can't see that they're truly suffering. So we really rely on Dr. Ashley, and that's why she said she's thinking Monday because she doesn't want her to crash. Yeah, Pete, I got Pete and wait, what was that? You guys are from Minnesota, Pete and Mary. Yeah, I got 1 minute left. Is it that noticeable that I'm looking at the time? So thank you for the donation, Whitney, for Molly. So you use the Capstar pills. We only will use Capstar if a cat comes in and they are just crawling with fleas. But for the most part, we don't use Capstar, but we have. I'm not saying that we've never. And that Capstar is supposed to kill them within 30 minutes. Sometimes we've had to give them 2 or 3 Capstars a half hour apart because it didn't kill the fleas. Isn't this a beautiful view? So I'm thinking that we will try to go live on YouTube, maybe at like 6:30 or 7. We will try to post it on the YouTube live stream and the Twitch live stream, so you can tune in. And if you have any questions, we can maybe ask Dr. Ashley. And then you can see her cow friends. All right, I'm going to head over to Dr. Ashley's. Thank you so much again for rearranging your schedule to support your cats. We greatly appreciate it. We love you. Shop for the tanks and all the other good stuff, furballfarmshop.com, and we will see you in a little bit. All right, have a wonderful rest of your afternoon. Bye.